Hey everybody, RedmondGAMER here, back with another boring tech video. Today we're going to be talking about Power BI and how to log into Power BI Desktop using credentials that are different than the one that you're running on with your machine. So if you've ever had a situation where you've needed to, let's say, connect to a data source through a VPN with very specific credentials, but you're not logged in on your machine using those credentials, but you still need to work in Power BI with that connection maintained. This video is going to be a lifesaver for you. So let's check out how this is done. And if this is helpful, leave a like, leave a comment below if you tried it out and you were amazed by it and this is the most amazing thing. So without further ado, this is how you do it. It's super easy. There is a tool in the Windows system files called run as, and if you're a network user or administrator, this should be very familiar, old hat to you. Basically, you pass in the credentials, and all you have to do is pass the username, and because it'll prompt you for the password as you do it. You could hard code the password in there, but that's not really good practice. So username, you pass that in, and then you pass the application that you want to load. Now this is the key to opening up whatever, and so this could be anything. This can be a SQL Server, Management Studio, this could be Power BI Desktop, this could be Microsoft Word. It could be anything, as long as you've got the address to where this lives. Now, the problem with Power BI Desktop is that most of the general recommendations is that you install it using the Windows Store option. And while that is the preferred method for installing Power BI Desktop because it keeps it updated automatically, the problem is that the path to the file, it changes. It's very dynamic, and I think it changes even on the updates. It's not consistent. Don't quote me on that, but it's very hard to track that down. And if you try to use the Google machine to find it, it's really difficult. So here's the workaround, and that is to install a dedicated instance. So if you go out to Power BI's website, you can go and actually download a copy of Power BI Desktop directly. Now you don't want to click this download. If you look at the little side link down here, you see it's actually trying to open up the store. It's a shortcut for the store. So you want to go down to the advanced options, and on the advanced tab, you pick your language, click download, and then pick either 64-bit or 32-bit based on what you need. And once that's downloaded, you can install it, and that will give you this fixed location in C program files, Power BI, and this is where it'll live. So if you go out here to bin desktop, that's where the exe lives, and you can essentially create a shortcut. During the install, you can actually have the installer create a shortcut for you. That's what I did here. And if you look at the properties, the shortcut is just this. See, I mean, I've updated this already, so you can change this to run just like I showed you here. Run as.exe, net only, enter your credentials, and it runs exactly the same way. Now, when you click on it, it's going to prompt you to type in your password. Now, when you type in this password, it's going to pass that username and that password on to open up Power BI Desktop. And when it does that, the next thing it's going to do is it's going to open up Power BI. I'm going to close this because I don't want to do it right now. It's going to open up Power BI, and it's going to try and log into your Microsoft 365 credentials or wherever using that username to authenticate. So it is going to try to authenticate you, but now under that user. So if you're logged under, let's say an account, RedmondGAMER rocks, that's your Windows account, but you're wanting to log in as RedmondGAMER at, boring tech videos or something. Like, you can do that now using this run as command. So now let's say I've authenticated in. I'm now officially running Power BI using that credentials. And so anything that, if I'm using a VPN to connect to a dedicated server that's only provisioned access to, I should be able to go to get data and access that with no problem. So really cool. And bonus, this is where it gets really cool. You can go to your sign in up here, and you can log in as another user so that you can get access to the publish routes. So you can have like it's almost like a multiverse of logins here. So that is a really cool feature, something that was fairly undocumented on the web. That's why I wanted to post this video together. So give it a try, see if it works for you. It takes a little bit of tinkering with, but the key is this. Just make sure you get the run as, net only, add your credentials, and just make sure your path is good. and it should work for you just fine. So like I said, if it's helpful, leave a like on the video. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Cheers.